said like when she was married in her husband's house having sex, and when she had a baby, she was ashamed to even show her mother or tell her mother she was pregnant or about the baby. I'm just going to get ready for the tub. I don't know, I haven't shown you guys this because the vlog I did for my Virgin Island trip, this was my bikini appearance. Huda Beauty. So I follow Huda, but I don't really watch her religiously. So last week, I think her last name is Kattan, and she's a very popular makeup artist. So last week, Huda Kattan, right? She dropped 2 videos promoting her. I think 2 of her makeup palettes or products. So. But then what I love about Huda is that, especially since she stepped away from being CEO and now focuses on the creative, she's really incorporating storytelling and her actual self. Like, she's really opening up, right? And it's beautiful, and I think it makes her channel more interesting. And so I've been rewatching now. Like, before I just like I'm not much about that makeup stuff, but the fact that she does this and does it so well, because some people like involve storytelling in their lives but they don't really do such a good job, but she's doing such an amazing job with it. Last week she dropped a vlog on her sexual trauma, right? Hold on, I mean WhatsApp's coming in. Yeah, so she dropped a vlog on her sexual trauma and just some things that she's been going through, her body image, and how it really affected her sex life, right? So when I watched this, something powerful hit me, and I thought I have to share this with you, and I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I have a few friends and acquaintances that have vaginismus. And vaginismus, if I'm saying it correctly, is usually, for the most part, is caused by sexual trauma. Now, there are other things that can cause vaginismus, right? But what it is basically like that when it's time for sexual penetration or bonding, the woman's, the woman's vag tightens up and stiffens up, right? It gets tense and clenches up, right? And so nothing can go in, right? And it could go to the point, could clench to the point of pain, of course. It could clench to the point of pain as well. So there are a couple of reasons, not too many, why someone can get vaginismus, but it's usually around sexual trauma. That's just the truth, right? It's usually about some kind of serious sexual trauma as a whole. There are other things that could just be like the person is actually really disgusted by sex itself. They think it's really dirty. Like, they're really disgusted by it, and so if someone touches them or whatever, instead of that, juicy, flowy, nice feel that your flower or your, vag is opening up to the person, it gets, instead of that opening, gets extremely clenched, like extremely tense, and tightens up. So nothing can go in, except it goes in forcefully. And this is it. So there are a lot of women who go through this, and these women are not necessarily asexual, right? They're actual sexual beings, but experiencing terrible sexual trauma. So given that I know some people who are going through this, not too many, literally like just 2 or 3 people that have this condition, I thought I'd talk about it, and I thought that I would put this into how to heal sexual trauma, or vaginismus especially, right? So, and I'm telling you this because I'm gonna get a little personal here. One of my ex-lovers, right? We reconnected not long ago. I realized that the reason why my body felt the way it was, and that my flower, my vag, was literally incredibly like tense as hell, and my whole body was just like not meshing, was because I have somewhat transcended that space where I can't do anything remotely casual. And I don't even know if I can do a romantic relationship that doesn't have a soul connection. I don't know if I can do that anymore. I don't know. So, and this is because my body is now in a tantra phase. It's in a tantra phase. And here's where the healing of vaginismus and Huda beauty comes in that when she was telling her story of what happens to her body and how she had incredible sexual trauma and felt, disgusting because of the, she's from the Middle East, right? And the Muslim culture and the, real traditional conservative types. My dear, not that her family is, but, her family is quite, conservative and whatnot, where nobody talks about sex at all, to the point where she said, like, when she was married in her husband's house having sex, and when she had a baby, she was ashamed to even show her mother or tell her mother she was pregnant or about the baby, because she was gonna have to expose the fact that to her mother that she is actually having sex. Like, the idea of a baby, everyone knows, comes from sex, and so she's afraid as a married woman to call her mom and tell her about, oh, I'm pregnant, I'm having a baby, like to tell her mom about a baby. That's how toxic, and I have to say it, religion is. I'm all for spirituality, yes, Muslim spirituality, Christian spirituality included, all those ones, but religion is a bastard. So even if you do ordinary, you do Ifa, you do voodoo, you do hoodoo, you do Santeria, all that, so if you do any of that and you do it in a religious format, I don't subscribe to it. I think it's nonsense, it's bullshit, and it's quite frankly meant to repress people and restrict people from doing stuff, period. Even including the things that will serve them. It's control, period, point blank. I want to be honest. That made her feel like a disgusting human being on jump, right? So it's not even necessarily about the sexual trauma necessarily from someone. She didn't share that. She just shared the fact that just being from a extremely conservative family, yeah, she thought her body itself, and it's true, if they keep telling you to hide your body, you have to cover, you're going to associate showing your body or your body itself with shame, because you're covering shamefulness, right? But it's one thing if you know already that you're covering, yes, willingly, knowing that your body is amazing, but you're covering because you want to cover, because for this, for that, for whatever reason, right? That's freedom. That's spirituality. Choosing, you're not going to cover because you don't want to, because you want to connect with this and you feel like you connect better this way or that way or whatever, right? It's completely different. But religion says, what are you thinking about? Stop, Don't do it. If you do it, you're evil. Even though you have good intentions, we don't care. We're telling you, don't. Right? And spirituality will tell you the opposite. Like, okay, you should, or we don't recommend this, and this is why, and this is why not. So, anyways, so I learned that one of the most amazing ways, I hope that you guys, that anyone who is experiencing vaginismus, endometriosis, certain vaginal traumas, right? Or some people who just experience, you know, a lighter version of vaginismus, and you know what I'm talking about, but yours is probably not intense like that. Or when your body chemistry, like, does not match with another person, but you're consistently in it, and you feel like you're abusing yourself. You're with someone that is not, like, it's really not working, and it's causing physical manifestations right there when you're doing it, you know, or after, but you don't take those into consideration. This is the cure, and this will help you, right? For some people, trust me, if it's terrible sexual trauma, you should go into therapy as well. There's not just one way to heal this. You could definitely go into therapy, and I do strongly recommend that first. Then you can go to a doctor about, you know, once you've started therapy, you can now follow what I'm going to tell you right now, or you can go to a doctor to help you with dilators that are, you know, like vibrators, you know, they're like vibrators, but they're medical. They're like dildos of vibrators, right? But they're like medical ones. So they call them dilators, where the doctor would like slowly, you know, do their thing and help you, you know, be able to open up more. But I would say try first therapy, and second, what I'm going to tell you right now, tantra. When you've transcended spiritually, when you practice tantra, like a mind, body, and soul tantra, when you connect with spirit, when you can connect with others, when you learn tantra and practice tantric sex too, right? When you practice that, connecting with self first, connecting with body, connecting now with another person, where you're not bang 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 them, but you guys are here. So even just on a plane of looking at yourselves like this, you literally feel your entire body just melt, open up. And with tantra, you cannot feel disgusting when your partner is a soul partner that just, you guys are here. He will never tell you you're disgusting. Same thing that the whole world can look at and be like, ew, man, he will look at and kiss it. Right? Like, you feel like incredibly beautiful, incredibly valuable. You're here, you're at a high level, right? Like, both of you can even be crying before even touching each other. It's intense, it's beautiful, it's magnetic, and I have experienced it once. Like, your entire body will levitate, right, energetically. So when you tie tantra, and when you've been in there and you understand it, I'm sorry, like, most people who elevate spiritually and are tantric in nature in that sense, they literally just don't connect with regular sex anymore. Not even from their own partner. Sometimes you might have to get a divorce when you transcend that level, right? If things are not, like, you guys are no longer there, you can't learn from each other anymore. But you reach a level where you can no longer have sex with someone it's not a soul connection. You can't. Your body will fight the hell out of you, right? And to be able to do this, you know, participate in a tantric session and tantric sex with the person you love. It works amazingly. So I want you to try that. That it's not just a let's have sex, you know, I'm gonna eat you out and do that. No, like, it's like we're here and we're smiling at each other and we're breathing. And like the littlest touch and sensual parts of the body and stuff for you, you feel electric. Literally, you melt. Forget that thing. Forget it. Right? It's not about six packs. It's not about six packs and all these, and you know, no, not about that. But yeah, so we're gonna go into what tantra is and tantra sex and all that in the Patreon. When I get a video for that, I'm gonna announce it in the community section, okay? And I'm gonna link it to this. But yeah, so Huda, if you ever watch this, I'm sure you've already learned about this by just accepting yourself, which is also part of a tantra process. But if you want to delve into tantra a little bit, I know you and your husband are gonna have a lot of fun, and especially you're gonna have a lot of fun. And you're gonna have fun with yourself. You're gonna have fun with him, and with you're gonna be happy, you know, and you know, highly elevated, because it does that, right? Sex magic, it does that. If you have endometriosis or vaginismus, try tantric sex. If you want me to do the video on that for Patreon, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me get back to my hot tub, because I have an interview with a Rasta medicine man for you guys. See the kind of research I'll be doing for you? See? So I have that video coming up. An interview with a Jamaican Rasta medicine man. I'm going to bring you all that good salt, okay? All that good medicine, honey. I love you. And if you like this video, you're probably also going to like these two videos right here. And if you do, don't forget to subscribe, okay? Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Until next week, I have been Chichimambo for Pop, Salt, and Power.